What's going on, everybody? Jake here. Just thought I'd get with you on the Word again. We're going to be doing this weekly, so get ready for it. I am coming at you today with one verse that just struck me really, really well, and it's in 2 Timothy. I have been studying. I've went through 1 Timothy, and now I'm going through 2 Timothy. And I've taken notes on every thought and everything that comes to me from God, and I feel like this is something that y'all need to hear, and I hope you get something out of it. So, with that being said, I want you guys to turn to 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. Now, I have spoken over this verse before. But I'm going to elaborate on it a little bit more, and I'm going to read to y'all what I have written in my notes here. I take a lot of notes. My notebook here is just about halfway. No, not even halfway. As I go through, I'll take notes and mark where I have been reading with those notes to kind of reference to it. So, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, it says, and this is Paul talking to Timothy. In this first chapter, Paul letting Timothy know that he loves him. And then once it hits verse 6, he's starting to kind of push on him not to be ashamed of the gospel. And so in verse 7 it says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." Now, I have read this before to y'all, whether you remember it or not, but in that, I wanted to read y'all some of the notes that I took while I was reading this. Now, I noticed how fear doesn't reference to anything or place. It doesn't reference to what, who, when, where, how, or why. There's not anything in this that it's saying. It's not a spirit of fear toward someone. It's not a spirit of fear toward something or somewhere or a reason why. It's just saying it's not a spirit of fear in general. So it just says we are not given a spirit of fear. Now, power, love, and sound mind are supposed to be, if you're looking at this right, there's a spirit of fear, and then there's a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. So it's supposed to be kind of the opposite of the spirit of fear. And I kind of want to get into the description of how it's the opposite of the spirit of fear. Now, power is a lack of fear in authority. It's the lack of fear of being bold. No fear, for you are stronger and more powerful, whether it be in words or in spirit or physically. But you are stronger mentally, any of that stuff. Remember the power that God gives you. It's not a spirit of fear, it's a spirit of power. And then it's of love. He gives us a spirit of love without fear of trust or putting others above yourself. With love, you can't fear being vulnerable. You can't be afraid to make sacrifices of your own benefits for someone else to benefit. To want others to be lifted, even if it causes you not to be lifted and kind of falling down up underneath them. to be able to serve joyfully even those who don't deserve it. And that shows just how great this Spirit is. It's a spirit of love. And we can't be afraid. Can't be afraid of love. And lastly, it's the sound mind. Now, sound. Whenever I say sound, I am saying uncorrupted. Whenever something is sound, it's firm, uncorrupted, and sober. It is a sound mind. So, without worry, and it can't have thoughts of fear, due to it may manifest itself into the heart. To have biblical discipline, able to control ourselves in situations that most would be anxious or overwhelmed. We got to be strong mentally, unable to be swayed from the truth. We need to be able to recognize good from evil. We need to be good-moraled and able to withstand temptation. Now, this is a spirit of God that we're talking about here. And Paul is encouraging Timothy. Don't be ashamed of this gospel, all right? This is why you have this spirit. You need to go out and use this power, this love, and this sound mind to go and spread this gospel. This spirit that you have. It's not the spirit of fear. You're not supposed to fear. You're not supposed to have fear because your God's more powerful than anything. He's the one that's created everything that could be scary. So why be scared in general? And so with that being said, I hope that kind of struck something in your mind. And I encourage y'all to use a spirit of love, of power, and of sound mind to go and spread this gospel. Use it mentally, use it physically, use it spiritually, and be a guiding light to those who see it in you. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great, great week, what's left of it. And I will talk to you again the next week. Bye, y'all.